Hello. Today I wanted to talk about suicide. Um, First of all, I just want to say the obvious thing that if you or someone you love is thinking about suicide or going through suicidal thoughts and stuff, um, you should definitely seek professional help, a therapist, psychologist. Somebody will be there to help you. It won't always be comfortable, but they will be able to help you. That being said, I wanted to give my little 2 cents to people going through suicide tendencies. I obviously went through it all too. I'm not perfect. I haven't completely healed, but I've definitely overcome a lot of, the past trauma. And one, there's one thing that I've found that is very helpful and typically very easy to do. Like it shouldn't be asking too much of you, I would hope. But there's one thing that I find that is hopeful to just get by through the moment, and that is to do art. When I do art, it really takes me out of the moment, out of any moment, out of my thoughts, out of my head, and I mean, all I can focus on is just doing the art. I like to draw to do that, to accomplish that feeling. I do other forms of art. I make music. I paint. I color. I edit photos. But while all of that is good and generally has the same effect, drawing with a pencil is just something that really kind of captivates me and keeps my attention really well. Um, it might be different for you. You might have your own interests, but I mean, I guess overall having a hobby is what I would suggest. But I think art is a very good hobby to have for somebody who is suicidal. It's just a great way to feel at peace without having to do anything extra or become something or, you know, improve yourself or go through shadow work or do anything extra special. I mean, when it comes to drawing, you just need a piece of paper and a pencil and you just start. And if you're not somebody who is very artistic, um, the best advice I can give is that starting is the hardest part. And once you get started, it kind of just flows. You get past that judgmental phase and you just kind of do whatever you feel like doing because it's just putting pencil on paper. It's not that big of a deal. You don't have to be super good at it. You don't have to be a talented artist that gets paid billions. The point of it is to just draw stuff. For me, anyways, for the drawing. And so there's something else I wanted to talk about when it comes to this. When it comes to creating, because there's something special about it. There's something very, I would say divine, but to be more grounded, there's something very personal about doing art. Because typically when you do art, especially when it's like with your hand or just by your own means versus like AI or whatever, um, it's coming from your imagination. Even if all you're doing is editing a photo, it's still your choices, it's still your vision, your design. Drawing, painting, photography, uh, anything that creates woodwork, metalwork, glass, and the list goes on. Um, when you decide to start creating, there's something really special about that because it's a vision that you see in your head. Nobody else can see that, and it can be almost impossible for anybody who's depressed to see it this way. But the reality is that nobody else thinks the way that you thinks the exact thing, the exact things that you think, in the ways that you think. Everybody has their own unique perspective. It may be very similar to somebody else's, but it's always going to be slightly different. If nothing else, it's going to be different. And instead of comparing yourself and seeing that difference and seeing the ways that other people are better than you, you I hope that you can come to terms with the fact that your perspective is unique and special. And when you translate your creativity, your imagination, your artistry onto a medium and you create something, that action I feel is divine. I feel it is, I mean, there's nothing like it. It's you get to create your own world. And that's what I love about art is once you get through the judgmental phase, you just start creating. You can create whatever you want. You can create anything. It doesn't matter what other people think of it. It doesn't matter if people hate it or love it because it's what you created. It's just what you created. There's nothing else like it. It doesn't matter if people think it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it is good or bad. And a lot of it is by comparison anyways, which again is not helpful. What matters is that you get to make something out of this world. It's not just you experiencing other people, typically other people, uh, projecting negativity onto you. You get to create things out of this physical world. So I hope this helps you. I hope this gives you something to look forward to. Looking forward to the future is really helpful in getting through. Looking forward to it, not just dreading it or fearing it and panic and anxiety, but having something to look forward to. It's it's crucial, really, for anybody, anywhere, at any time. Having something to look forward to is crucial to get you through what you're going through. It doesn't make it automatically okay. It doesn't fix everything. But I think art and creativity in general is a really great way to clear your mind, to meditate, to set the thoughts aside for a while, the feelings, the trauma, the memories, and to just focus on something where you are transforming. You're literally, and I know, like, I don't know, people just don't really grasp this idea that you are literally transforming reality into something that you created in your mind. Just a really simple example, I could think of a smiley face in my mind and then I can draw it on paper. That process of conveying what's in my head is it's insurmountable with how important it is. And when you practice this notion of self-expression in a meaningful way, you will unlock other ways, other methods, other um, I don't know, other methods of expressing yourself in different ways, in better ways. So, if you are going through suicidal tendencies, I hope to urge you to try and draw something. If you're able to, I hope you can. Or create if you can. Do something where do some kind of form of art where you can convey your imagination onto the real world. Going through that process of making art is one of the best ways you can get through a hard time. It's not going to fix everything, and that it's not meant to, but it'll really help you get through. So I hope this was a good message. I definitely don't want anybody to kill themselves. Um, and again, if you are thinking about that, definitely consider getting professional help because they will help you. There are a lot of bright minds out there, despite what people will say about therapists or psychologists or whatever. There are not everybody's perfect, but there are a lot of bright, healthy minds out there. And I think one thing that makes it hard to understand that is a lot of people are already in a negative space when they hear this kind of rhetoric. So they kind of just pile on the negativity and then kind of project it onto the therapist or whatever. And they're like, it's just a cycle of negativity, really. But either way, I'm getting kind of off track. Seek professional help, but definitely try doing art, like as a form of meditation or self-expression in a meaningful way, and don't throw it away. I know there's always all these I don't know, there's some examples of like people that throw their art away or that destroy it, burn it, or want to do better or want to erase it or make it better. But that's not really the point or the goal. The goal is literally the process of doing the art. That is the point of doing the art. I don't know if anybody, I don't know how many people agree with that, but the finished product isn't the only thing that matters. It's great when you're good at art, when you make good art that you like, but the point of doing art isn't for the product. It is literally to do it. So I hope you do some art. I hope you feel better, and see you.